We're recording, you know that, right?
No, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. How'd you not know that I was recording?
Because usually you said, "Hey, I'm recording." You didn't say it.
Dude, you see the equipment here. You're the producer. Get it together.
I did not come on this episode to get bullied. You better watch out.
Welcome back to another episode of The Broke Boys. I'm Martin.
I'm Kat.
And we're back for another spectacular episode for the greatest comeback in Spotify history.
Period.
I lied.
I was like, where are you going? I was like, where are you going with that?
Spotify has other incredible with multi-million dollars. I'm just...
me just going along with you. You said, I said, period.
I am just a broke boy from Fresno, dude. Relax. Period.
As we are. We just finished the halftime show. That's a lie.
That's completely bullshit.
That's hella lie.
We just finished an episode. Come on now, be real.
Okay.
We just finished the other.
We just
episode.
filmed the last episode.
Yeah.
Literally 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. So now we're just gonna. What?
I thought you closed the door, and I was like, "Why is it still cold?" But the door's open.
You were just complaining how hot it was.
All right, easy now.
Yeah. What? You know what? What we're not gonna do is forget to roll the intro like you did last time.
Period. Roll it right now.
Roll the intro, please.
Roll it right now.
Producer.
Go ahead.
I'm the only one doing it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
We them broke boys from the hood. We on them missions, understood. Won't catch us lacking, we that good. We always winning like we should. We flying high, we butterfly up to the sky. No way you catching us goodbye. Pray to God we make it out alive. I'll never leave my dogs behind. We stick together like we signed. We shooting stars, one of a kind. We undefeated, just resign. Money more lower than a bitch.
Welcome back to another episode. I already said that. Fuck, I'm
I'm Martin. Who are you?
I'm Kat.
Period. And then welcome back to another episode of Broke Boys from Fresno.
Exactly.
Today we're talking about...
Oh, we're switching roles, right? Period. Period.
Oh, that's crazy.
Period.
Today we're talking about... I forgot.
Today we're just going to talk about some random bullshit. So
my favorite thing to do.
Obviously today we watched the Super Bowl. And we watched the Super Bowl halftime show.
Period. Okay, I'm going to stop. You just gassed the shit out of me for saying that. I'm going to stop now. Go ahead.
And shout out to Kendrick Lamar. It was a spectacular... No, I'm just playing. It wasn't like all that.
I expected more.
I expected... But again, like I said, the greatest songs that he has cannot be played.
And they could be played. They just wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't. They just... There's too much censorship.
Yeah.
When you get to that stage. So, I mean, I know that he's a very strategic person.
He's very smart.
And so he's going to play the songs. Like, I feel like there's a lot of meaning to the songs that he performed today. Of course, there was some dirty shit that he fucking slapped out there.
As he should.
And of course, like, I think he's elevating the beef right now, and he has to stand on it.
I think it's his song.
And he's gonna stand.
It's his song, and it was a good ass song. Drake's sad because it was a good ass song, and now he's suing his production company.
He's suing everything as much.
Which
again, like, you could sue him and then see if like maybe he's not gonna perform it or anything like that. But you're fucking stupid. And Kendrick, why would he back down?
It was a good ass song.
He's gonna stand on it. You're gonna
like
stand
beef
on
or not. It was a good song.
Yeah,
it was a good song, and it had a good beat. It was great.
Yeah. So for those of you that probably confused or don't know what's going on,
everyone knows what's going on.
Well, there's some people that might not be involved in the whole thing. There's beef between rapper Kendrick Lamar and other R&B artists. I don't consider Drake a rapper, but Drake. And
I think it's past beef. I don't know if it's current beef. I think it's still being brought up. But
no, it's like past beef. And then obviously, like, he dropped a song.
They were doing songs back and forth for like a month.
Yeah. So he had dropped They Not Like Us. And the song is pretty much saying...
Just dissing Drake.
Straight up dissing Drake. And there's a bar that he spits out. And it's saying Drake is a pedophile. And that he only likes minors.
Period. But the way he wrote it was so...
Oh, yeah. The way it's
trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Mm-hmm.
Like you knew what he was saying without him having to even say it.
Yes.
I thought that the halftime show, let's not forget my girl SZA. She sounded so good. And I'm not like the biggest
beating the allegations from people saying like, oh, she can't sing.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I think she's A, so pretty. And B, I think she sounds so good. I'm not like the biggest fan. Like I'm a fan. I'm not like a super, like my sister, super fan. My cousin, super fan. I'm a fan. And I think she sounded so pretty. She looked so pretty. She was hitting the notes. I think she looked and sounded so good.
She did it justice.
Yeah, she did. And she sounded so good. I think it was cool that he brought out Serena Williams. Mm-hmm. I think it's cool that he had everyone wearing red, white, and blue.
Yep. I love the like again, he's smart with it.
He's so smart.
He had his dancers laid out like the flag, the American flag.
And I thought that was very pretty.
Yes.
It was for the most part people of color. We love seeing
Uncle Sam. We can't forget about
Uncle Sam. Samuel L. Jackson was so funny. And like he ate that role up.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like he knew his task and executed it.
Yes.
He was so nice, and like his enthusiasm, his tone of voice, his whole persona, like
honestly, if they had the opportunity to cuss and like they would have done it. Like that
for sure.
That would have been the group to like, hey, just let them let them get away with it.
It was so cool. It was like the whole production was very nice. Mm-hmm. I thought it was so good. Yeah. No complaints.
I just, like I said, just the songs, like some of the songs, like
I'm sure though he was like rapping so fast, and because we're not like, we know our favorite songs word for word, but I'm sure there was messages in those that make them significant.
They all, like I said, he's smart. They're all designed.
And I feel like,
and it was the build up to the song.
To Not Like Us.
Because everyone knows, like, well, Drake sued him. Drake's suing all the production. And people were like, well, is he going to play it? Is he not going to play it? And like, it was foreshadowed because they even said,
I like how they teased it.
Yeah, they were like, well, I'm getting sued, so am I going to play it?
Well, he said, I want to play their favorite track, but we know people like to sue.
Yeah.
Or something to that extent.
And then it was just like the music
it's like
playing,
the dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
I think it was executed well in like the build up of Not Like Us. Mm-hmm. I think Not Like Us, he performed like pretty much the whole song. Mm-hmm. He said, "Hey Drake," turned to the camera and smiled. That was personal.
Yeah,
that smirk was calculated. And let me tell you, he ate it up.
Yep.
He ate up. He said, "Hey Drake," smiled. "I hear you like I'm young." Literally had the whole the whole stadium singing A minor.
Yes. And then you said somebody had pointed out the chain.
Yeah, so I guess he had the chain. So he had and I was wondering, why does Kendrick Lamar
have a lowercase
A chain? Mm-hmm. And I guess that it's for A minor. He's not. That's what it was for. Mm-hmm. So he has a whole bedazzled chain to signify the A minor part of his song.
Yeah, and
that was like a theory on TikTok. I don't know if it's for sure true.
But still, it's just like.
But I think it is coincidental.
Yeah.
They had Serena Williams up there dancing. Because Drake and Serena Williams had a pretty famous beef. Yeah,
which
I think
I don't
it was
know fully about.
I don't know the details specific, but I remember hearing a lot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was up there doing the dance that she usually does when she plays tennis. When she wins a match, she does that dance, and she was up there hitting that dance.
Yeah.
I thought it was just done really well. Like I said, I don't know. I have to rewatch it to like catch all the things I'm sure I didn't catch.
Yeah, I know people are breaking it down right now and like
for sure
dissecting. Like this is what he meant. This is what like it was done perfectly, executed perfectly. And the thing with Kendrick is a lot of his songs are very touching, like political bases.
I think
like,
he's just a political, like he raps about his politics.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think he's very political. I think he's a political person.
A lot of his songs did show like that political side.
Yeah.
That he was performing.
Well, and then I know we didn't touch on it last time, but Trump was there. Mm-hmm. I think they said he's the first ever president to attend a Super Bowl.
Really?
He is. I think that's what they said. Which don't you have better things to do? Why are you there?
Yeah, I don't know.
But go off, I guess.
Yeah.
But so he was there. So I guess I was wondering like how political he was gonna get,
and maybe that's his agenda too.
Yeah, and if he was gonna get political at all, I mean, I guess we'll never know. Or maybe this was political and I just don't know it yet because I'm dumb. Yeah.
Which is why, like, I think he had like the American flag depicted.
Well, and then I think he's from here. Yeah, like he's from Compton. Yeah, he's from California. So I think he did a really good job of just like
representing.
representing. And then there were a lot of people of color on screen.
Yes.
Which was, one, beautiful to see. And two, I'm sure like millions and millions upon millions of people watch the Super Bowl. Just innately, that's what you do.
Yep.
And I think it's cool to have that much representation like on screen, even if it is for a Super Bowl performance. I just think it's really cool that that's the route he went. Yeah. Period.
Yeah. Done. Great. Yeah. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I knew what I was like. I knew that it was the build up. Yeah. The build up was incredible.
Yeah. So I thought it was cool. Beyond the Super Bowl, one of our, I don't even want to say one of our old favorites, but like David Dobrik came back to the internet. I don't think crazy. We touched on that.
No, we didn't. I don't know how I feel about it. I would say like the nostalgia of seeing like his videos.
Well, like his format too alone.
Yes. Like not a lot of YouTubers execute the way that he vlogs. And the energy and the just like the way
like the
that
vibes. Like I don't know how to just like the vibes.
Yeah, and it was just so you're watching it and you're just getting so much nostalgia, so much like it's insane the amount of content that he just came with a bang. Yeah. And then he did Zila Fitness where he transformed his whole body and then got really fitted. He looked great and I just feel so bad for Jeff Wittek, who's another content creator who was injured during a stunt that they had in their vlogs, and David injured him, not maliciously.
Well, we don't know that.
And again, like there's just a lot of beef between Jeff and David, and that was hard to see just for Jeff's side because it's just like dude, like. So go ahead. You know more of the beef than I do. So
I was gonna say like
because Jeff has been talking about this lawsuit. Jeff has been open about it on his podcast.
So the for those of you that don't know, the initial beef with David Dobrik's whole gig is he's really just the vlogger. Like he like befriended like this group of people who are really funny and like they were really the main characters of his vlog. And he was just the vlogger part of it. He was just the one that was like literally recording it. So he befriended this guy named Jeff Wittek. And his whole thing was like he was like the bad boy. Like he was in and out of jail. He was selling drugs. He was like he was a barber. And that was kind of his role in David's vlog. Was like he would like rough people up, or he was like the aggressive one. That was like his thing. So I guess David had gone offline for COVID. Right? It was around COVID?
Yeah. It was.
So he went offline around COVID or before COVID. And I think it was because of COVID. So throughout COVID, he was filming like this comeback video. And I guess in this comeback video, they were like, he wanted people to be like jump out of planes. So there was like a group of his friends that were doing skydiving. A group of his friends were traveling with him. Yeah. Like all his friends had like an activity to do.
And he was doing this build up for the comeback vlog.
Yeah. So he was doing all of this for like, and they had to become like in order to jump out of a plane alone, you have to become like a certified skydive instructor. So there were people doing this, and Jeff Wittek was one of them. Yeah. So I guess one time they all took a trip. I don't remember where. I want to say Utah. They took a trip, and there was this excavator that was just in the water, just there.
They were just doing like hillbilly shit on.
And I don't even think it was their excavator, was it?
No.
So I don't know. Again, this is where it gets kind of blurry because things. So one thing happened to the next, and Corinna, which is another, she played like the party girl.
Yeah, she's another member. She was vlog.
Yeah, she was another character. So I guess there was like a string that was attached to it. David turned it on. He was controlling the excavator. And Corinna put herself on there and was swinging her. Yeah. Well, I guess he was going too fast. Corinna got scared and was like, turn it off. Corinna got down. And then I don't know if rumor has it there was like words exchange, and Jeff's like, I'm not scared, I'll do it. So Jeff got on. David Dobrik, I don't know if he tried to turn it really fast or if he was trying to stop it, but essentially Jeff swings and like hits his head on the excavator himself, and his head is like cut open and he's bleeding.
Yeah. So what was happening is they were using the excavator. They had a rope tied to the end of the excavator, and the excavator is going 360. So it's just you going around this lake, right? And you're supposed to jump off of it, or you know.
Well, I don't know what the goal
like,
was, honestly.
It's like a swing. It's a hillbilly swing.
I
and
think
you
it was just being
jump
dumb.
off.
They were just being
but
dumb.
they were being dumb, and David was swinging it. And again, like you're going at the same exact speed, going slow, slow, slow.
Any change is like drastic.
But then he was just like he yanked it like a little bit to go a little bit faster, which causing like Jeff's body to go too fast. And then he's like, when David noticed that he was going too fast, he was just like, oh shit. And he tried to lower his speed, but with the momentum of lowering it caused Jeff to fly and swing on top of the arm. And
yeah,
it smacked.
so essentially his head was cut open, his eye was like messed up. He was in the hospital, and supposedly David said he was going to pay for the surgery and that he was going to do all these things. It just turned out being really shady. And now I think we're like 3 years out, 4 or 5 years out. I don't know how long.
And again, mind you, this is all being recorded.
So there's film. Like Jeff came out with the video on his Patreon a
Which
while
I paid
ago.
For.
Yeah.
I paid for.
Yeah, a while ago. And we saw like his whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess David was trying to spin it a different way than it was intended and trying to like say it was Jeff's fault. Jeff saying it's David's fault.
And then on top of that, like Jeff was going to doctor's appointments, like
surgeries on top of surgeries.
Yeah, and David at the time, David Dobrik was just like, "Hey, I just want to make sure you're okay and paying for these surgeries."
Yeah.
But then David, no one knew about this accident at all. Like it was
off of like social media.
Yeah,
and stuff.
It was off of social media. No one talked about it. David Dobrik was just like still living his life. He was doing the discovery adventure to go to different.
And Jeff was just like in the hospital dealing with this surgery.
Yeah.
And again, this is all hearsay. Like none of this is fact. This is what we've heard from different people.
And this is just in the videos. Like, 'cause in the videos, this is what was being talked about. Because Jeff literally gets out of surgery, and he has no
vision, his like little to no vision in his eye.
His eye is just blank. He's like, dude, it's black. Like I can't see. He has no vision at all. And he's talking to David. And he's like, dude, like I feel some type of way because you're off doing discovery shit with all the group.
I'm dealing with like literally not seeing.
And I'm over here like taking trips to Utah to see this surgeon and getting different surgeries in my face.
Yeah. So that was essentially the like roundup of the incident. All that to lead to now where after that David went MIA again because I think people were saying like, how could you do this to Jeff? Jeff is dealing with the consequences and you're still out like doing a Discovery Channel show. Like people were bothered, so he stopped posting. He canceled his podcast. He stopped posting, and he went MIA completely. Yeah,
it got bad when I think the lawsuit happened.
Yeah, because Jeff ended up suing him. So all of that happened. He left. It got sketchy. He left. And then this was his big comeback video. And in the big comeback video, he's doing a vlog with Ilya.
Mind you, this has been what, 2 years?
It's been a while. I don't know exactly. I want to say at least 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
He does his vlog with Ilya, which is his other friend, like his hometown friend. He does like a weight loss, like a fitness journey. So in the video, we see that David says, okay, I'll go on your fitness journey. If you travel to the 7 wonders of the world with me. And that was his video. It was a 45-minute comeback video. And it was, Zila's was a 45-minute.
It was his 7-minute video back.
Yeah, and then he made a 7-minute video of the whole trip.
And let me tell you, man, it's just like I said, like you see those videos and it's so much nostalgia. And
I think that's what it is more than anything.
Yeah.
And then another thing, I was seeing psychologists like talk about the video because it is like big pop culture news. And they were saying that like a surefire, or not a surefire, but like a definite way to like change or to like show change is to like physically change. And that's exactly what David did. He left and he physically changed and came back. Like, I guess it's something in our mind where if you physically change, then you as a person change and you no longer associate with the person in the past. And that's kind of what he did by coming back, losing the weight, is like people, whether he intended to or not, are going to see him as a different person, whether he changed or didn't. And like that was his way of like, I don't know if he knew that or if that's how it happened, but like
they broke it
that's
down
what
that
it
way.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, is because he physically looks different. We're going to assume that he's changed, where he could be the same person and just physically changed.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting, because even if he did physically change, like, yeah, people are going to talk about that, but we're also still talking about Jeff, because I watched Jeff's podcast and Jeff is still undergoing surgery and Jeff is still dealing with all this legal thing. And I, whether it was intentional or not, I do think it was David's fault. And I think David should be paying.
Yeah.
And I think if Jeff isn't reaching out, that's David's job. David, like Jeff is going through surgery. Jeff is literally like, he does all the surgeries he does because it has to do with his eye.
Yeah.
There's like a certain % chance that he'll go blind because if the doctors sneeze or merely touch a wrong vein, he'll go blind. And every time he does the surgery, he's trying to get back to full vision.
Yeah. And then you're starting to see like how much surgery he's had that's starting to change his face. Like,
yeah, he has to get like metal plates. He has to do like all these things in his face to like support his eye.
Yeah.
I just think the whole thing's sketchy. I have mixed feelings about his return because I think,
and as you should. I mean, you hear Jeff's side and you hear it for the next 2 years.
well, and then not only that, but it happened to Jeff.
Yeah,
like it's not like a third party anything. Like I'm literally hearing it from him.
And you see it. You've seen it happen. He showed the documentary. He showed like this is vision. Like it's out there. Like this is real. And I think so. Before I jump into that, but like David brings back his podcast after he stopped it, after he canceled it, and he goes on the podcast and he says like, I'm still paying everything that Jeff's surgery is, and like he says like all this
he's
shit.
trying to like set the record straight.
Yeah, and I don't believe that. Like I'm sorry, like you don't go like if something were to happen, I am personally going to like
I'm going to the surgery.
I'm going with you. I'm gonna see you. And in the beginning, in the first 2-3 surgeries, David was there.
I think it was only the first two.
Or was it the only first two?
Yeah, I think it was like.
And then after that, he was just signing the check to be like, "Oh, go send this to Jeff, send this to Jeff," you know. And he still claims like, "I signed my checks."
I think it was. I think that was David's story, and then Natalie, which is his assistant, was like, "Well, he needs to send it over, and we can pay for it. And if he's not sending it over, what are we supposed to pay?"
Yeah.
And like, that's my thing. You caused the injury. That's your responsibility. Like he's going through the surgery. He's on these pills. He's on all kinds of shit. He can't remember to send you the bill. That's like, he's having another surgery. You know when it is. Help him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it was handled dirty. At least the story that we know, and the story that I hear from Jeff, and the stories that I absorb online. Like if that's the way it was really handled, that's dirty.
Yeah. No, and I think you're 100% right. I agree with that. And again, like I just can't believe that it got to this extent.
I don't think he's posted another video though, huh, David?
He posted on his second channel. He posted another one on his second channel.
Oh, see, I haven't.
But he hasn't posted another
him.
one on his main one, and I don't know.
Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
No. I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I know I do take a lot of inspiration from how David does his videos.
Yeah.
Because I want to do something similar or something like.
I think just because they're so quick and funny.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to see like the same ideology of just being it so
the
short.
Same, like, format.
Yeah. So, but again, like I don't know, like it's a shitty thing, but but rewatching it just gives you so much joy again. And I hate to say it, but that's just how I feel.
I think I feel like David was cool and his vlogs were cool, and I think you just get to a point where like.
And he still shows the people that you love, like
the characters he created.
Yeah, the characters he created, Zane, Heath. I mean, you still see all of them, and then Ilya is still like funny and goofy. Like they're all still there.
I think it's just. I think I have mixed emotions. I wasn't as big as a fan of David Dobrik as you were, but I think that. I mean, I listened to the vlog. I listened to the podcast more than anything, and I think that at the time. I mean, I don't know the logistics behind it. I don't know like what, but in the podcast, it was him and Jason Nash. And I feel like from one day to the next, the podcast was ending and Jason was broke.
Yeah.
He was on TikTok live. And I'm not saying that David Dobrik is like his money manager or David Dobrik. Like,
but
Jason should be better prepared.
Yeah.
But David was funding his life.
Yeah.
Like they were partners. They did have this thing. And I think from one day to the next, he kind of did Jason Nash dirty.
Yeah.
And he was like on TikTok live trying to make money.
And
I don't know how true. Yeah, and I don't know how true that is, or like to the extent of it, but that's what it appeared to be, and I think that's dirty as well.
Yeah.
Also, I don't really care about Jason Nash because what he did to Trisha, and I really like Trisha Paytas. So I feel like I have mixed emotion. I'm on the internet too much. I'm on the internet too much.
But like
touch grass.
But that's true though with Jason Nash is like you see like he didn't have David Dobrik, now he didn't have no money coming in. No source of income.
And again, like maybe he should have had a savings account, or maybe he should have been better prepared, or maybe he does and it was just like his whole was his whole vibe and this was the story he wanted to make.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if that's what it was, I feel like that's dirty. And if that's your friend, like, and you have the means to do it and you were helping them before.
Mm-hmm. But then I see it too as like you have one person that elevated all you guys and you didn't get your own thing together.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, because like I see like Zayn and Heath. Like I'm a huge fan of Zayn and Heath.
I love Zayn and Heath.
And
Matt
they have
and
their own thing. They have their own thing. Matt
and that's
King
what I'm saying. I think
Mariah.
that they wanted like, you're right. You need to like take the opportunities as they come or create your own.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know how true it is. I don't know. But I just think it's mixed emotions. I think David is regardless going to make money.
Yeah.
I think he has Dobrik's Pizza. He's on Snapchat. Like nothing I say here is going to affect his life at all. And like I could be wrong for all I know.
Yeah.
Like I'm just speaking on what I know from the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it could have been handled better. And if it were me, I'd like to think if it was me, I'd handle it better. I know I would handle it better if it was me.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that you caused the accident, and I know that he doesn't deny accountability on it.
Yeah,
because he does. But it's just
a messy situation.
Yeah,
and it's sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
What was the other thing we were going to talk about?
Speaking about messy situations, let's talk about the Grammys and how Billie Eilish was robbed by losing album of the year.
Yeah, I have strong feelings. And I want to approach this with kindness.
Okay? I don't care. Fuck Jay-Z, fuck Beyonce. Let the Illuminati come get me.
Okay.
Or it doesn't. I mean,
easy now.
Hey, what if this blows up the podcast?
Easy now.
Jay-Z and Diddy are both beating me.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm a Beyonce fan of her older stuff.
Yes.
She Lost Me After Lemonade. Even a little bit before that, honestly. But I listened to Cowboy Carter. I thought it was good. I wasn't obsessed with it. I wasn't in love with it. I wasn't like, I'm just not a Beyonce stan like that, you know?
I'm not a huge country listener at all.
Well, not like, I listen to country music.
I don't. Like, it's, like, and even if, it's like, the only person that I think I ever listened to that does anything country is either Noah Khan, who you showed me.
Love Noah Khan.
What's his name? Shabazi?
Shabazi? Then Shabuzi?
Shabazi? I don't know. One of those. I like two of his songs. He does Bars Tipsy and then Good News.
Yeah, I listen to country more than you do, obviously.
Yeah. For sure.
I think that I thought it was cool.
She didn't deserve it.
Actually, I'm not. I need to approach this with kindness. Because I'm a Beyonce fan, I might not appreciate the album as other Beyonce fans did. Mm-hmm. And I can see where it was a good album. I listened to it once fully, because I always do. Mm-hmm. But I didn't find myself going back to it. I didn't find myself like obsessed.
Yeah.
Because I don't like Beyonce, I don't want to say that it was a bad album, because again, maybe I was just missing the mark. Mm-hmm. Me personally, in my taste, I think Billie Eilish had the best album of the year.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of people felt that way.
Yeah.
I think that streams show it. It was shown, or there was like
she had like 4 or 5 songs that were in the
bangers.
Straight billions.
I think Birds of a Feather had 3 million more streams than the whole Cowboy Carter album.
Yeah.
Just Birds of a Feather.
Just that one. Yeah.
I don't think it was fair.
It never is.
But maybe it's me. I missed the mark.
I agree. Like, I am still like, Billie Eilish was robbed. Like,
I think that it was so good.
All the artists that were there and that were nominated, she should have won.
Sabrina Carpenter was also pretty good. She was also nominated.
Yeah, but Billie Eilish over Sabrina.
I think the thing that makes me upset for her is like, why would they ask her to open the Grammy? She was a first performer.
And then why do you pan to her when she's like in tears?
Yeah, like why would you have her? Why didn't you ask Beyonce to open the Grammys if you knew she was gonna win?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you say, like, I feel like that was giving like a false hope.
Yeah.
And I don't know the statistics on that. I don't know if that's true or if they usually have like somebody that'll lose open it. I couldn't tell you.
No.
But I know that they had Billie Eilish open the Grammys, and the fact that she didn't win feels dirty.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
And let's be honest, the only reason why Beyonce won this year is because last year Jay-Z complained of her not winning one.
And yeah, I mean, maybe. And like I said, it could be a good album.
Yeah.
And maybe I just don't. Because there were a lot of my best friend went to see her in concert. Like maybe I just missed Mark.
Yeah.
But I did not think it was better than Billie Eilish.
Nope. Billie Eilish should have won.
And I think that she deserved it. But that's that on that. I didn't really watch the Grammys. I saw that Chappell Roan won Best New Artist. I can support that.
Yeah. I mean, I only know one song.
You know more than one song because I play them in the car.
Do you? No. I think that one Sabrina Carpenter should have won. Because I think I hear more Sabrina songs than her.
I think I'm just a bigger Sabrina fan.
That's true.
But yeah, I don't know. Isn't it the Academy people that decide the Grammys?
Yes, and that's bullshit too.
How did those people get nominated to do that?
I have no idea how that is, but I'm gonna say
that's talking shit. We're like,
but
I don't
that's
know.
bullshit too because they go and apologize to The Weeknd at the Grammys. They're like, well, we want to take a moment and apologize to The Weeknd for the feelings of like misconception or feeling like you shouldn't have won.
I didn't see that.
Because The Weeknd boycotts the Grammys. He's amongst one of the few that boycott the Grammys.
Ariana Grande doesn't attend the Grammys. I think she attended this year because I think Wicked was nominated for a few things. Yeah. But she usually doesn't go because she never wins.
Because everyone has said this is rigged. There was
also, I don't know if she's never won. That might be a lie. She hasn't won recently.
I don't know. And but I know this. I know that The Weeknd had dropped a banger album. I forget which one it was. I think it's the one when he's in the red suit.
Yeah, I can see it.
And he put so much effort. He performed the Super Bowl. That's the album. What's the album called?
I don't know, but I thought his Super Bowl performance wasn't that great.
But it was that era because he performs in his own little era for the album.
Got it.
Anyways, he was in the red suit and tie, and he didn't win Album of the Year. He goes on Twitter and he bashes the Grammys that this is rigged because he felt like he deserved it, and low key everybody else felt the same.
Yeah.
Years ago, Eminem has always boycotted the Grammys because Eminem has always said, like, the Grammys is all rigged. This is all bullshit. This is all people that just elect of what they think is like the hype of the song or whatever. But it's never like who truly deserves it.
Yeah.
He said it on an episode with another guy, another artist. But he was just like, I understand if I lose to fucking Jay-Z. I understand if I lose to J. Cole.
Yeah.
He was like, because that's understandable.
Yeah.
But if I lose to fucking somebody who just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And they have lower billings, like lower of the thousands of streams than I do.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like I put my all into this shit and I push numbers and I'm not winning a Grammy. That's why he boycotts it.
Yeah. Okay, pause.
What's up?
I just went right now and I got a notification that Nancy commented on Gordo's video, right? Mm-hmm. So then I go to Gordo's video and on his comments, somebody says Lady Gaga reposted you. So then I go to Lady Gaga's page, her verified page, and I go to repost and Gordo's right there. She reposted his drag videos.
There you go.
Oh my God, I just seen it and I just texted it. What the fuck? He said, I'm shaking. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And hey, that's a live reaction right now.
Congrats, Gordo.
Big congratulations.
Oh. Why am I gonna cry? Stop.
Hard work and dedication. That's how
I'm like, what the hell? And like
that's a big thing. That's a huge thing.
That's crazy. Look at it. It's like a transition video. And he's in drag.
That's tight.
What the hell? And then who's the first? Sorry. Eminem and The Weeknd boycotting.
That's why he boycotts it. It's just because they claim that they see that the amount of shit that they do, the amount of work and hard work that they put into their album and their music,
And it just never gets
and then
noticed.
know that they see. Well, it has a lot of. It's like Billie Eilish situation. Billions of
like
streams,
get noticed by like the people that like
but
judge them, I guess.
Like he said too, like I'm losing to. He's like, it makes sense if I'm losing to J. Cole or Kanye. He was like, or even Jay-Z. Like that's understandable if I'm losing. But if I'm losing to like MGK, who doesn't do shit, or another artist that's barely like up and coming that had only one good song, like how's one good song gonna triumph?
Like all the years of work.
Not even the years of work, but all the other 4 or 5 songs that I had that are huge on my album.
No, I can see how it's frustrating, and I don't know who to blame. I don't know enough about the Grammys. Yeah. But when I find out, I'm gonna be mad at them. So I hope they feel my wrath.
No, yeah,
literally don't give a fuck.
But that's why, that's why, I know that some artists, that's why they boycott it.
Yeah,
and so
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's even nice to be nominated. But like my thing is, if you know and people know beforehand, give someone a heads up. Hey, the day before, the night before, an hour before they start turning on the cameras. Hey, you did not win. And then everyone can maybe show sportsmanship.
But then, you don't think that they know? Like, look at...
I don't know if they know, honestly.
I have a feeling like they know.
I don't see how they can't know. No, I don't know. I don't know enough to say it works. I barely watch the Grammys.
I feel like a lot of them know, like, oh yeah, I'm winning. Or they tell them, like, hey, you're going to be one of the nominees, but you didn't get the winning.
That's what I'm saying. I hope they do that. But I don't know enough. I barely watch the Grammys, guys. I'm no credible source on the Grammys.
Yeah.
I barely watch. I see clips on TikTok, but...
Yeah. But Kanye with his political stunt.
That was crazy.
With his girlfriend.
I don't even know if it was a political stunt or just a stunt, period.
Like,
why is she walking around naked?
And it just doesn't make sense. And then why? And then you get escorted right afterwards. Like,
I don't know.
But
I mean, if that's what she wanted to do, more power to you. If you're that confident, more power to you. My thing was like, why at the Grammys? Like, that's odd.
Yeah.
It's I was gonna say like distasteful, but that doesn't feel like the right word.
I don't know. It's
out of touch.
It's weird. It's like, I get it. Like, there's some people that do the whole like showing a little less, but this is like not showing that anything at all.
Yeah, she balls to the wall, showed us her uvula.
Yeah, her
uvula's in her throat. I was gonna say her vagina, but we need out.
Yeah. But she deadass was just fully naked, and he was just like with glasses. Just
and they're married.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't put that two and two together until they started calling her his wife.
Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize until he said like they were saying that that's his wife. Which congratulations, I guess.
But again, like why? Like and it's like a not a political stunt. What is it called? Like a publicity. Publicity stunt.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, again, more power to her. But like, why?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just like, why? I'm confused.
Yeah. Well.
And aren't you cold? I guess not.
No. Well, thank you guys for listening. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode. Remember, you guys can catch us on Instagram and TikTok at brokeboys_FF, and that's brokeboys with a Z.
Mm-hmm.
And you can stay tuned and listen to us on all platforms. We're available throughout everything. We're also on YouTube, which is free. So if you guys don't have to have a subscription with Spotify or anything like that, you can check it out literally anywhere.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for upcoming episodes. And new vlogs hopefully coming soon.
Hopefully, I'm working on it. And like I said, let's get this ball rolling, and you're definitely going to see a little bit more proactive from me. So let's
can't wait to see it.
Thank you guys. Much love. Take care. Peace.
Bye.